becoming a leader that serves in humility. Because in Atomy, as we all know, we have our company motto: cherish the spirit, create the vision, follow the faith, and serve in humility. And I actually did this presentation that is linked to one of our company motto: serve in humility, because I believe that in leadership or becoming a leader, we have to be a servant leader. Now, in this session, we'll explore what it means to lead with humility, why it matters, and how to apply it, especially within the Atomy culture. We'll draw connections to Atomy's company values and practical actions you can take as leaders or aspiring leaders. Because if we may not know it now, basically, later on during our atomy journey, we will discover or we will meet a lot of people. We may say to ourselves, oh, maybe I'm not a leader. But don't worry, because this leadership will be developed along the way, especially when you meet a lot of people. And, as we all know, we have to adjust in different types of people. Now, why humility matters in leadership? Why do you think so? Right? Because a humble leader recognizes personal strengths and weaknesses. It doesn't claim all credit, seeks input, learns continuously, and puts others first. Research shows that humble leaders build stronger trust, more loyalty, encourage innovation, reduce fear, and create psychological safety. There is a myth. I don't know if you've heard about it. Humility equals weakness. So, in contrast, humility often takes strength to admit mistakes, listen, and to empathize. And for Atomy, humility is not just a nice extra. It is actually built into the corporate motto, as I've said a while ago: serve in humility. Now, let us discuss the Atomy's corporate philosophy and motto. First is cherish the spirit, create the vision, follow the faith, and serve in humility. What serve in humility means in Atomy's context, and how the value connects to leadership structure. So Atomy explicitly names serve in humility as one of its four mottos. The phrasing is very expressive. Our thoughts should reach to the sky, but our feet should remain on the ground. So this means have high aspirations but stay grounded. After success, remain humble and earn respect. In practice, this means leaders in Atomy should see themselves more as stewards than bosses, prioritizing service, integrity, and supporting the growth of others. So, in our atomy journey, we may discover or we may meet people who will say, ah, yeah, I can do this, I can do that, I am a good leader. But later along the way, they will really understand how working with people is effective when we actually serve in humility, because we don't have to be very arrogant in doing our atomy business. We always have to empathize to each and other's ability, to each and of others weaknesses, and we must adapt how other people's work or their time frame, because each of us, we may have different time frames when it comes to our atomy journey. Now, here are some core traits of a humble servant leader. Actually, there are lots of traits, but I will just highlight four of them. So first is the self-awareness and modesty. Understand your strengths and limitations. Don't exaggerate your own importance. Well, when we begin in our atomy journey, I must admit this one. I was very exaggerating my importance on this business. But little by little, the more I meet people, the more I understand what is really the atomy business and how is it actually is to serve in humility, then the more I understand how to become a servant leader. And next is the willingness to learn or admit mistakes. When you err or when you have error, own it. You have to share lessons. Don't hide or shift the blame. Because sometimes, because we are ashamed or afraid to be ashamed, when we create an error or when we do something wrong, we actually hide the mistake and just blame it to others. But basically, we have to see what are we doing wrong. We have to admit it and we have to change it so that we will be better in our atomy journey. And also, it is very important to empower others. We have to delegate responsibility. We also have to mentor. We also have to enable others to shine. We have to understand that we cannot do everything together. We cannot do everything alone. But if we work together and when we start delegating or when we start mentoring other people, our success will be faster. Okay, but unlike when we do it all alone, the success, yes, the success will come, but it will be, yeah, a very, very slow. And then lastly, listening and valuing input. Encourage feedback, especially from lower level voices. So sometimes when we are already on the top, when we reach the one of the top levels in Atomy, sometimes we say, oh, you know what, I'm already at the top, I don't need to listen to you because you just started your Atomy, you just register. But it is not like that. Even though we are already on the top, we already have a a very high position in Atomy, we always have to go back from the very beginning, and we always have to have a open hands or helping hands to help each person that are still starting their Atomy business, because that's how we will be called, or we will be a humble servant leader. Now I wanted to ask you for a short activity. This will just take 5 minutes. I will give you 2 minutes to think about three things that I wrote in front of you. Okay? So, do you have a sheet of paper with you? A sheet of paper and a pen, or anything that you can write onto? And later on, I will ask two people to share what they wrote and why. Okay? So one is, write something where you have a moment that you felt so proud as a leader recently. Number two, a moment you could have shown more humility. And lastly, one thing I'll do differently this week to serve in humility. If I will do that, I think I'm gonna have to write a lot on my paper. So, yes, your 3 minutes starts now. So now we are 9:48. So at 9:51, I will be asking two volunteers to share your notes with us. I will just mute myself first. So again, think about a moment I felt proud as a leader. Mhm. And a moment I could have shown more humility was when. And one thing I'll do differently this week to serve in humility. So, what are those three things that has happened to you, and how will you be able to explain them? So, last 2 minutes. So, while you're writing, I would just like to tell you that humility begins with honest self reflection. That's why we are doing this kind of activity. Recognizing moments we could improve doesn't weaken us, it actually strengthens trust. And I would like to encourage you to journal, to evaluate how your day was, And what you could also write down, what are the things you could have done better, and what are the things you wanted to improve more, right? And you have to continue this weekly, or if you could journal daily, that will also be nice, because this will really help you overcome your fears and overcome the rejections and become a better person that will eventually turn you out to become a better leader. So, last 1 minute. And later, get ready who would like to volunteer, okay? I think Liza is very, very serious. I think she would like to volunteer. Liza, can I volunteer you?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. And who would like to volunteer also aside from Glyza? So we need two volunteers. Glyza is one, and one more. You can just unmute yourself or raise your hand. Okay, time's up. First, we will begin with Glyza. So, Glyza, tell us a moment that you felt proud as a leader, a moment you could have done or shown more humility, and one thing you'll do differently this week to serve in humility. So, what are those, Glyza?
I'll just wait a minute. I'll just close my door.
Okay, go ahead.
So, good evening, everyone. My name is Liza. I'm from the new participant, and I'm from Poland. So, that's very, very fast for this three questions. So, a moment I feel proud as a leader recently was this Sunday. I felt not to boost, but I felt proud because it's the first time I will attend the collaboration connected to Atomy business. So um, I thought I couldn't make it alone, but at the end of the day, before the event, I reflect that I'm doing this for my team. I'm showing them how a good leader should be, even though it's before that there will be a lot of trials and struggles. So I still showed up. I show a positive energy to everyone. I did all my best to make all the to promote the Atomy business, to share it to everybody, how Atomy changed my life and how Atomy uh, keep me motivated to push this business. So yeah, I felt proud that time, and I'm so happy and thankful and grateful to all the people that I met there, and also to my team. I would love to be with them, but sometimes, you cannot be all together at once. But I'm just showing them that we are standing still, stand firming, and we have our big why. That's why we continue to do our business for any types of seasons in our life. So a moment I could have showed more humility was due to my new job and everything. I think I'm neglecting a bit of showing more care, not care, but a big help. Also, financially, I want to help this in Cebu. Like we were gathering some funds. I want to help more people, but due to lacking sometimes financially, I want to show them that I care. So I just like sharing some message to everybody, like in our church they're gathering some funds from Cebu. So, and also when you are busy, like I think you're forgetting uh, that this today is more important, and you can do more, and you can be the best kind person. But sometimes our emotion are getting, and sometimes we get tired. So not being kind, but we're overwhelmed to such a situation. So I think I need to more So I need to show more humility to uh, to all the people that I'm meeting, and also to my business. I need to be, be more kind, and I need to reflect more. So one thing I do different this week is to find more, to be more active in Atomy. Yeah, I think I'm doing I think I'm doing less, but still I'm doing a lot. So I don't know. I was delivering some products, then I went to the event, then I do some follow-ups, but I think I need to send them all private message to people that I met there. So I'm very grateful, and I think I need to do. Oh, I was thinking to do more video to my Facebook account and threads. It's a new trend today, social accounts. I think it's give you the motivation when you see I'm scrolling, oh, what did I post? There's not enough. So I'm like, yeah, I need to do a lot of videos. Sometimes I'm in a hurry at work, so I don't film it, but I need to do that. So yeah, I just want to thank my team, who's still standing. Let's stay. Let's try to be strong. We are getting there, so aja aja. That's it.
Thank you very much, Glyza. That is a very wonderful sharing. And I really respect your honesty when it comes to how you could be more as a servant leader. Because as we talked about a while ago, if we wanted to become a servant leader or a leader that is serving in humility, we have to also accept our flaws and we have to work on them. We are not always correct. No one is perfect, so everyone has, their own flaws, and if we accept it, we will become a better person that will lead us to become a better leader. So I would also like to ask one more volunteer. So who would like to volunteer and share your answers to those three questions? Don't be shy. Come on.
I can.
Okay, I thank you. Please share us.
A moment I felt proud as a leader recently was when a moment when I feel proud recently was when our team achieved a milestone, no matter how small or big it is, together. Then watching everyone celebrate, even like only few of us left in our team, I realized how far we'd come. I just would like to acknowledge this, how proud I am with Liza showing up just only her last Sunday. Yeah, so this is one kind of like shared success, not only for herself, but for our team, because we're not just being a team, not just in numbers, but we know that we are here in unity and for our growth of our team and for our success, not only for her, but for the team. So that was really such a moment also that I feel so proud for Glyza for showing up for all of us. And a moment I could have shown more humility was give me a second. I think when I made an error in planning because I'm such a planner, and like especially at work. When I'm at work, I'm really very focused, and I always make a point to just schedule everything. May it be personal, it should coincide with personal things, business, and so on. But hesitated to admit it right away that I made an error. But looking back, acknowledging it sooner could have built more trust for me, like within my team at work. And also that would also mean with regards to the business in Atomy. Sometimes I have to own my mistake even at home because in a day, my daily life is really such hectic. So from 6 a.m. up to evening, I'm running. Like I remember a friend told me that you're like you have they had ADHD in my brain because it's all working all the time. And I said, if you just look at my calendar, you will see why my brain is working that way because it's scheduled. So every time I made a mistake to something, so I always try to take that moment and show humility that I own this mistake. I had this I made this kind of great stress at work, and I own this mistake because I it's not that I have to wash my hand, but it's there's a proof that it was an error from my side. Just too much planning sometimes, it's not really also good. So just owning a mistake, that's one thing to show humility as a leader. One thing I'll do differently this week to serve in humility is um to admit when I don't have the answer of everything, and also to invite others to share the insights, because sometimes I think and I plan a lot and I put everything, and sometimes I forgot to also consider other people's opinion in my team, especially at work. But and I think this is just like what Arjoyce mentioned, that if you serve in humility, there should it you are serving for others, not only for yourself. So yeah, this is like sometimes we just need to admit when you don't know something, and it's important to listen and consider what others are thinking, or what's their other what is the perspective of others, because two brains is great, is better than one.
Thank you very much, I. So I am also so proud of you for telling us all these things, and of course for really admitting what has been the error and how would you be able to better yourself. Because being better comes from admitting that we are not perfect.
Exactly.
Yes. And as I said, working together will really create us a harmony that will put us to success instead of working alone. I remember one person always tells me, there is no I in the team, it's always we in the team. So therefore, we have to work all together. All right. Thank you, I, and thank you, Glai. So, leading the Atomy way with humility. So, today we've reflected deeply on what it truly means to lead with humility, right? So, it's not just a principle, but as a new way of life. In Atomy, we often hear our company motto. I will repeat it again: cherish the spirit, create the vision, follow the faith, and serve in humility. These aren't just beautiful words on a wall. If you go to our education center, it is, hanged on the wall. They are a compass that guides how we grow, how we serve, and how we lead others. Leading with humility doesn't mean thinking less of ourselves. It means thinking of ourselves less often. It means focusing on the people around us, helping our partners succeed, recognizing others' efforts, and staying grounded no matter how high we rise. Humility is strength under control. It takes courage to admit mistakes, to listen before speaking, and to give credit instead of taking it. It's the kind of leadership that earns not just obedience, but loyalty, trust, and love. So, this is the three most important traits that we have within the team: loyalty, trust, and love. When we lead with humility, we multiply success because people don't just follow our titles, they follow our hearts. So remember that it's not about the title, it is our hearts. And that's the kind of leadership Atomy is built on. It's why this company continues to grow globally while keeping a family spirit, because humility keeps us connected to our purpose. So as we leave today, as we finish our meeting, I challenge each of us to put humility into practice. Let's look for small opportunities every day to listen more, to serve more, and to lift someone up. And also to give thanks for the team that stands beside us, right? And let us remember, our thoughts should reach the sky, but our feet should remain on the ground. That is the Atomy way. Dreaming big, but walking humbly. And thank you for showing up not just to learn about leadership, but to become the kind of leaders this world truly needs. So, as we all know, leaders who serve with humility lead with vision and live with heart. So I would like to thank every one of you for joining us tonight. And I know that you are the kind of leaders that always serves in humility, always inspires others, and always leads others by example. So let us all clap for ourselves, right? For becoming